Hello, everybody. This is Todd with Duct Tape Painter again. We're getting ready to do some more work on this Turbinator. We've show you some of the progress I've made here. I cut a firewall for it. Tripping over some shoes here on the floor. Normal stuff in the way. We did cut a firewall. If you hear the wind, it is a very cold, windy day here on, let's see, this is Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So it's November 26th. I did cut a firewall here. Got a nice fit on the firewall. I went ahead and made my center lines. I also made them an 1/8 inch off a center because I'm going to add a little right thrust to it. And so I went ahead and made my center lines like so. I also drew a pattern of the motor mount, and we're going to put that right up there like so. Like so, and that's where we're going to drill it. And we're going, well, obviously it'll be centered, but going to drill it. We're going to put some blind nuts in it. There is a little bit more work I need to do to this. I got to clear these out. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me get you in here a little closer. Got to do a little more sanding in here and grinding. This little tab here off of this plywood sheet. This one's not even connected. When I get that firewall in here, I'm going to mainly get it locked up against these. And then I'm also going to put some triangle stock in here around when I get that glued in. But I got to grind this out and smooth that out so that way it sets in there nice and flush. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to use my Dremel, grind that out, get that nice and get a little bit of this out of here yet too, because I don't want to catch on that. I did grind that epoxy and stuff out with the Dremel, and there was a lot of it here and a lot of it down here, and I ground all that out of there. So I'm still kind of working on it, getting her flushed up. Once I get that done, and I got to drill it and put blind nuts in, glue them in, and then we're going to be getting pretty damn close to getting this glued in there. So yeah, if you hear the wind out there, I bet we probably got 25 plus mile an hour winds. Supposed to change into a little bit of snow here in northern Indiana. Lake effect. I'm close enough to Lake Michigan that anytime we get a northwest breeze in the winter, it usually gets a nice little bit of lake effect off the Lake Michigan. So all the fun. I dread this time of year every year. So this is why I end up doing stuff like this. Working on 3 projects at once right now, so it's kind of keeping me a little busy. Working on the Cub, getting it recovered, or well, getting it close to getting ready to cover, and the Stagger Wing, the Byron Stagger Wing, getting the stripes and stuff painted on it is going to be the next project within probably this weekend. Also, this weekend, Saturday, Madison County Flyers is having their swap meet down at Alexandria, Indiana, Saturday morning. They always have it the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So if you're in the area, go check that out. It's a really good little swap. I always buy something there. I always find something. So that's where we're at. I'm going to pause it for now while I grind some of that out of there and get it out of the way and get that cleaned up. And I'll bring you back when it's ready to, when I get close to getting that ready to seat in there. All right, guys, we got our pattern drilled in, and I taped that template on there and went ahead and drilled out my holes. I had to stop at the hardware store. Let me mount this up here for a second. Had to stop at the hardware store, get some supplies. Probably not my wisest decision today, but I wore shorts and a 30 mile an hour wind with 30-degree temperatures. Probably not the best idea because my house is nice and toasty. I keep it pretty warm. I'm definitely not built for the cold. So I had to pick up some blind nuts, or T-nuts as I've learned that they're called. I've always just called them blind nuts. and some 832s. That's going to be our mounting. So I'm going to take these, I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to end up tapping these in. Oh, another thing I need to do before I even get to that point. We need to look at the firewall here. I might have to, let's see here, I'm going to get you in the right spot. And let's see here. I might, man, listen to that wind howl. Whew. It is terrible out there. I went ahead and ground all that stuff out, so it's now sitting nicely. And it looks like I might have to drill that out behind there so our bolt can go all the way through. Let me find a little flashlight. Yes, kitty, I hear you. The old hanger cat is letting me know that he's starving to death over there. Yep. Let me get you down here so you can see. I have those two mounting for the landing gear, those two blocks in there that I'm kind of using as a backer. And if you look, if I can get that light in there, you can see the plywood. Let's see, I'm trying to do this without blocking it. But anyway, you can see that plywood's in there behind it. Easy way to, I guess the easy way to show you why that's like that is, let me grab one of those bolts. So I'm going to have to take my drill and drill that all the way through. So these bolts, as you see here, see it's hitting that plywood there. So I'm going to go ahead and take that drill bit. I'm going to hold this up here and I'm going to drill right through there and knock those out behind there. So that way the bolt can seat all the way in and tighten up. And it won't hurt that plate any. So let me go grab that. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and drill through here like this. Plane is sliding on me. Trying to do this without blocking the camera. Get some of this stuff off of here. Oh, come on. Freaking plane. I'm pushing the whole plane here. There we go. All right. And there we are. So that way the bolts can go all the way through and seat. So now I can set my blind nuts. I'm going to set them in here, take a hammer and pound them down. I'll put a little Gorilla Glue around them, keep them from moving, which obviously these bottom ones aren't going to move because they're going to be up against that plywood, but the top ones could move. So that's where we're at for now. I'm going to go ahead and pause it and we'll come back to this in a little bit. All right, guys, I took this little bit of light ply that was out in here around this edge, took it out. I'm going to add some half-inch triangle stock in here. That'll help hold that firewall around. I traced it. So we're going to go ahead and add that around there and epoxy that in. And that should get a lot more strength around the outside of it and get her to seat a lot nicer. So we're going to do that now. All right, we got some stuff epoxied in here. We're going to go ahead and let that dry. We'll come back later and get that all lined up. Some triangle in there. I'm going to have to notch this one a little bit for the bolt to go through on the mount, but that'll add some support. We're going to end up cutting a couple more, putting them over here on the sides once those dry. I'll probably get to that tonight when I get home from work. So that'll be it for now, and we'll get more to it. All right, here's the next adventure. We're getting close to getting this button in here. I notched that. Let's see if I can get that to focus in there better. I notched that for the bolt, so you got plenty of room to get the bolt through there. We can see through there, there's light. So we're good all the way there. We are about ready. I'm going to glue in. I'll pull this out. Get that out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and glue in a couple more of these little triangles here. Oh, I guess I got to realize I got this in my hand. Usually using this on the tripod, so I've got this all screwed up. So this way I can explain it a little better, and you can see what I'm talking about. All right, we're gonna glue in a couple more of these triangles, one here and one here, give it a little more strength around there, and we'll be ready to epoxy that in. We're getting real close here to getting that firewall in, and once we do that, I think while this is sitting, we're gonna go ahead and start working on the wing, getting the retracts out, getting it stripped apart, and I can set this in the corner and get it ready to go there. We can stand it up. It ain't gonna hurt anything. So we'll make some progress there, and we'll get started on that. I'll get that 30-minute going, and we'll get that firewall glued in. All right, firewall is glued in. Got epoxy all the way around it. I'll go through and fill in some of the gaps later. I'm also going to pin it from the side, on both sides, and we'll strengthen it up that way. Probably pin it here through the bottom as well, just to make sure there isn't any kind of movement. It's going to be pulling a 20-pound airplane around. I want to make sure she's good and solid. So we're going to leave it. I'm going to move that, and then we're going to go grab the wing and start on that. That'll be the next step. All right, onto the wing. And, I guess you can see down there in the bottom left corner, I am not watching the Star Wars Acolyte. Terrible series. I'm watching the Critical Drinker give a review on it on YouTube. So I just kind of muted it while I'm working on this. I've been listening to it while I am not filming. But went ahead and grabbed the wing. Overall, the wing is not in bad shape. The covering sucks. Typical ultra coat crap. Covering's terrible. I'm going to be pulling all these lines out. The bottom does have some damage. Let's get you here. You can see the bottom. I'm going to flip this over. I'm not using my microphone right now, so some of the sound might be off a little bit. But you can see both of the gears have landing gear definitely been knocked out before. It is all roughly glassed and it's pretty beat up under here. Gear looks to be in pretty good shape though. If any of you guys need it, I got it stuck up. Oh well. If any of you guys need it, let me know. I've only got the mains and air. The nose wheel, I actually put in, my buddy put it in a, I've got a Phoenix PC21, the 30cc size. They had a terrible nose wheel, and we actually took the nose wheel out of this and put that in it, since we knew we weren't going to be using these. It did come with a set of Boomerang electric retracts, which are basically just JPs with their engraving on them. Really nice new set of retracts. I might go ahead and sell those. They have brakes, have all the bells and whistles on them. I'll probably sell those. That's basically what I got. Like I say, she's been used and abused, so I don't mind doing this with it and trying to make something out of it. So that'll be our next process. We're going to pull that gear. We're going to pull that out of there. And you know what? I'm going to pause this, get my microphone, because I'm going to be walking around. All right, that might be better. You know what? I might have to stop this. Okay, now I think the audio is working. I don't want to have another video without audio. I had to stop that video, connect it to the next one. This is actually the day after Thanksgiving. I had big plans of getting more done on Wednesday, and then Thursday before I went to my niece's for dinner. Hope you guys had a great holiday. I felt absolutely miserable. I've been struggling kidney-wise here pretty bad the last couple weeks. So I've just been kind of struggling with that. So I just was miserable yesterday. I didn't get nothing done. I went and seen them for a couple hours, and then I absolutely slept the rest of the day. Morning and evening. I slept about 15 hours last night. So whether I needed it or not, I was done. I was done functioning at that point. There's a point where I just can't do it anymore. And I force myself to do a lot as it is. If you know anybody that's going through kidney failure, it's not a lot of fun. Not a lot of fun. It hits you pretty hard some days. A lot of days I just ignore it and keep going on, and I stay pretty busy for the most part. I mean, honestly, that's why I started this channel. It's done pretty well for me. You guys have been fantastic, so I'm really thankful for you guys. So it's a really good time of year to be thankful. I appreciate you all. I do. I appreciate you all. You guys have been great. I'm just going to make some gear doors to cover this. I'm going to try and save the plastic just in case somebody else might need it. I try not to waste anything. That's a big deal for me. Try not to waste anything. Don't throw anything away if I can help it. I mean, wouldn't be duct tape hanger without it. Without trying to save stuff, at least in my opinion. Try to refurbish, reuse as much as possible. Of course, this is going to be an odd size that's not metric or standard that I have here in this kit. So I might be pausing this again. Usually I'm pretty good about grabbing the right tools. Let's see. Where's my 2.5? Get in there. Got so much crap in the way right now. There, what's this? Is that 2.5? Yes, it is. And of course, that's too small. So, all right. Let me figure out what this is. This is why I usually try to prepare a little bit. Not doing a very good job today. Let's see here. Get my hobo freight tools out here that I got. Love this kit, but they never stay in it. Nothing ever stays where I put it first, and then as soon as I do fix it, everything I'll drop it, and then I'll end up with this stuff everywhere. Let's see, that looks about right. Too big. All right, that fits it. Let's use this one. And see if I can unthread these by hand. Yeah, there we go. Some interesting hardware in there holding these retracts in. I might have worked on this before. Looks like my kind of work. Looks like some duct tape with some paint over it. I might own this plane one other time. I'm not going to judge because, believe me, if you've seen my stuff in person, you would. Some of you guys, especially some of you guys that are hardcore scale guys and stuff, you would definitely laugh. I laugh at myself half the time. All right. Oh, this had air brakes too, I see. This was fancy. All right, there's one. Get this one out of here. I guess I should have seen the airline run into the brakes, so. God, they must have got epoxy in on that one. I'm going to have to grab a ratchet on that one. That one too. I figure out how the hell to get that back down. Since I don't know what I'm doing here and I got the thing locked up, how do we get it down? Just push? No? What did I do? What did I do to do this? That's what I think. Well, what the heck? Let's see here if I can get that to go back down. There we go. Look at that. Almost proud of myself. Yeah, that side's in there a lot tighter than the other ones were. Let me grab a ratchet.
All right. Let's see if we... Even my extension here has tape on it. Tell what kind of world I live in with all this stuff. But did you guys have a good holiday? I went to my niece's. She cooked a fantastic dinner. Got to see a lot of family members. My brother Tony, my niece Andrea, and her husband Andy, which are sponsors of this channel. Jenny, which is the one that was cooking, and her husband, Chris, and their 4 boys. Yep, definitely had a good time. There was some of his family there. I have no idea who they were. Nobody actually introduced anybody. We all just kind of talked. Watched a little bit of a football game. Ate some good food. And then I came home. Starting to snow a little bit last night. I'm here in northern Indiana. We got a big old snowstorm warning coming in. Supposed to go to Alexandria tomorrow for a swap. Holy hells, I think that one's glued in. That one's going to take a little surgery. I'm going to have to get in there and give that the old Tanya Harding and tap that one out of there. Yeah, had a good time. I don't get to see that side of the family a lot, so it was really nice to get us together. I guess the 20th, they're going to do another family dinner, 20th December, with just our side. With just our side of the family. The Cox side of the family. Yes, you too, Kitty. You had your feast earlier. And then you were thankful enough to give some of it back to me on the floor over here. The joys of owning a cat. But he's a pretty good cat, so I don't complain too much. Just when he does that. He doesn't bother my planes. So that's the main thing. There we go. Little love tap, she comes right out. Persuasion tools for the win. Man, there must be barely any line on that one. And somehow, it must have been when I was gluing the firewall in, I got sticky epoxy all over the handle of my pliers here. So I gotta just wipe that off. Where's my alcohol? But yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day. I hope you guys had a good one too. I think Canada, you guys have a different kind of Thanksgiving day. You guys in all the other parts of the world, if you had any kind of holidays recently, I hope they were good ones. Christmas coming up, Hanukkah. It's going to be a pretty crazy season, I think, this year. Got a lot of family members going to be doing dinners and stuff, so be bouncing around all over to those. I don't have any kids. Been divorced for years, so kind of a loner on that side of things. So it's just a house full of planes, peace and quiet. No drama. Only drama I got from the fur ball over here, and that's it. Other than that, it's pretty tame. Pretty tame around here, so I can't complain. Do I miss being married? Yeah, at times. She was my caller in IMAC when I flew IMAC. So I mean, we were always better friends than lovers, kind of thing. Long story short, I don't blame her for anything. I don't know if she blames me or not. We don't really talk. Those days are long gone. I mean, we see each other on Facebook a little bit, but that's it. It always takes two. So, all right, there's one of these out. One of those. I don't know whose gear this is. And does it say? It just says ProLink on there. So I don't know. I don't know much about retracts. I'm usually a pretty standard kind of guy. I don't know much about this stuff. They're nice, pretty nice gear. I don't know if they were specific just for this model or what, but you guys can let me know if you guys need any main gears. I don't want to see this stuff go to waste. So the line I'll probably use. I'll probably use it because I got to redo that stagger wing. So if I can reuse it, I'm going to. Okay, there's the other one. There we go. All right, main gear is out. I'm going to try like hell. Oh, that's got a lot of crap glue around it. I was going to try and really do a nice job of getting those out and then just make a panel to go cover those up. But I don't know what I'm going to do here. I don't know if I want to just make a panel that screws on here and just leave it. Because this is in pretty rough shape. And I really don't want to dig into all that trying to save it. Yeah, I really don't see me doing that. I'm not that, I don't even know if this thing's going to fly right or who knows what by making this a prop job. It might be the worst thing ever. Now, if this flies really well and I really like it, then maybe down the line we'll tear all this covering off and recover it. But recovering a Cub and stuff now, I'm really not interested. And recovering a bunch of planes. I got to recover a little glow plane for my nephew coming up here. That is Andy, my nephew-in-law that I met, had at dinner yesterday. He's got an old Top Flight RC Nobler that he got in an auction that he wants to recover. It's going to have a pretty wild color scheme on it. Oh, good. This stuff just slides right out. Always like that. It's nice and handy like that. And that stuff is not going to move, probably. That one is. That one's out. I think the green one's give. Oh, green one. I think I just snapped it. See if I can get in there and cut that behind here. Might be the only way I can get these out. No, come on. Okay, I think I got the green one. I'd rather not cut this white one if I don't have to. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, come on now. Oh, all right, I'm going to pause you. That's my sister. All right, back again. My sister invited me over for a dinner, so I might have to go do that. She makes a fantastic spaghetti. And that's what she is cooking. Oh my God. Okay, we got those at least. Got those. These white ones are going to be a pain in the ass, I think. And it's because they're so long. Probably. It's going to be the problem. That one moves pretty freely. This one does not. I don't know what you guys can see, what you can't. Yeah, you can kind of see me wrestling it over here. I'll try to get you a little better view. That's how much exciting this is anyway. Sitting here getting ready to cuss this thing out. See if I can get one out here to start with. Okay. We're doing good till we get there. There she goes. Now, this one, I'm tearing up the top of the damn wing, which is pissing me off. Ooh, there it goes. Okay. Handle with care. Comes right out. Oh, look at that. It broke it. So, all right. At least it's out. So I got some air lines out of the way. going to have to hook up a receiver to these. And that's probably going to fall over. I'll have to work. Oh, I'll flip it over. And we'll hook a receiver up to these and see if the servos work at least. Seems like a lot of play. Yeah, the hinges are good. Just seems like a lot of play. Good thing it's flaps, I guess. That one's a lot more. Well, that one's got a lot of play too. Must be the way they're hinged down there at the bottom. But we'll get her figured out. Nothing like some good flutter that'll help you when you're out flying around. That don't hurt anything. All right, let's set this. Let's just flip this over. Make this easier. Like that. And there we go. All right. I'm going to go eat. And then we'll put a receiver and stuff on that later. And we'll check that out. But I think that's going to be it for now, boys. Hope you guys are having a good time. Having good holidays. I did put up my Christmas tree. I did a little short of it earlier. I took a Byron GB that's mostly built. I tried to follow the lines of the GB color scheme, and it was a lot harder to do than I thought. But I did all Byron parts. Got a Byron per power muffler there for a G62. Got the 3-bladed prop as a star. We've got another Sax 4.2 on a per power, the extra wheel pant and rudder and stuff. I usually decorate a tree airplane every year for Christmas. It's just something I've always done. Just kind of cheesy, but it's just me. But I hope you guys are having good holidays, and we'll catch you the next time around. If you go to Alexandria tomorrow, watch the snowfall. It's supposed to be pretty nasty. Bad storm coming through. I'm going to try and get down there. I'm going to ride with one of my buddies down. I'm down a car, and a Challenger RT is not a good thing to drive in the snow, as I'm learning just driving around town here. So thankfully, I won't have to drive far to work while I'm waiting on my other one to get fixed. So we're driving that as sparingly as possible. So, all right, guys, we appreciate it. Thank you for everything. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and that'll be it for this video. Thanks, guys.